All right, hi there. My name is Kyle Kochel. I am an application engineer with Ansys. And in today's video, we'll be taking a look at some of the new updates to TETK in our STK 12.8, which is a part of the 2024 R1 release. The first new feature we'll take a look at is an expanded set of line style options for TETK graphs. There's now a separate column for defining a line style of interest and checkboxes to toggle whether to show a line or to show points. You can mix and match these settings across all of your data elements to more uniquely differentiate them in your graph. Another graph change is the ability to set a logarithmic scale for your axes, giving you more flexibility in how to show your data. This release also includes a redesign of the Tracks workflow panel and Tracks graphics, including adding a new current state feature and tab. Enabling the current state for a given track object allows you to highlight unique track points in your dataset with a custom marker and label at the current animation time in your scenario. This allows you to see the current state of tracks while at the same time keeping the rest of your dataset static. This is especially useful for track datasets where more than one track point is occurring at a time, which is often common when you have tracking data for more than one object. 12.8 also comes with many usability improvements for the track pick window and track point investigation. You can now hook onto a specific track ID within your data to follow along with that track ID in both time and space. We've also added WASD hotkeys to make navigating forward or backward in time along a given track an easier process. Additionally, you can now open up more than one track pick window when wanting to investigate a second track object simultaneously. And lastly, the track pick window can now be a dockable window, allowing you to place it into a specific location within the GUI. Another new change with our track changes mentioned so far is the ability to create new display layouts for the track pick info window. Pick info mappings now allow you to put your data into custom groups and also nest multiple elements into a single row or column field, as you'll see here with the G-loads and pressures nests placed within a new additional data group. There are also several new display options in the setup window that allow you to set the nest delimiter, change the orientation of the data tables, and show or hide group or nest names. Configuring a pick info mapping now happens across two tabs. The Layout tab is where you will define how your elements are structured, and the Details tab is where you define how your elements are displayed, including the ability to set a display name, decimal precision, and unit for each individual data element. The last major change that we'll discuss are some big improvements to our TETK training tutorial that is found on the STK help page. First thing we did here is we updated all of the TSP files, that is the position and attitude information for all of our aircraft involved. The previous datasets were very idealized and smooth and not really representative of a realistic aircraft route. So we've updated those files to make them more realistic. We also made some changes and improvements to the radar tracking dataset as well to make that more realistic. In addition, we've updated and also added a few new sections to highlight newer capabilities that have been added over the last couple of releases of TETK. So things like our scalable vector graphic, showing the fuel state of the aircraft here in the lower right corner of our first 3D window. Graph overlays is another feature. Here we'll create a graph of the altitude versus Mach number, where we've overlaid a representative flight envelope for our aircraft on top of the graph. This can be used as a visual aid, but also you can run a report to see how many data points fell outside of that envelope. We've also added some other things like graph annotations, an update to the video overlay to make that look more realistic, multiple changes involving the Tracks workflow, and a number of general updates to the text throughout the tutorial to better teach certain concepts. We hope that these changes will make the scenario more interesting to interact with and that you'll gain a better understanding of the toolset. Thanks for joining me in today's video, and feel free to check out our website for more information on the new release. Thank you.